Welcome, friends and family of the multiverse.
Yo.
We are proud to welcome you to the first.
The first.
Booze. News. And reviews. My name is Sterling. I am one of your three hosts.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they call me the Living Codex, the stalwart shield of South Philly, okay? John Stewart favorite godson, Ace Trainer Argent. Now, I am just one of your three hosts, as you can see. Now, if you look over to the right, to the setting sun,
Derecha.
you will see the one, the only, talk to him.
Hey, 'tis I, hailing from the land of Sake, Shinobi, and Samurai. No other name but this to go by because the boy is Godzilla personified.
Hey, think, Kong, think.
It's your boy, Jayhawk.
One more time. Why not?
Now,
Why not?
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Nah, but because it is three of us,
It is three.
Musketeers. So we need somebody else to introduce themselves. So how about you go ahead and talk to the people?
Talk to him,
You
talk to him.
already know who it is.
You got a vague idea, baby.
It's Big Dan.
Big day.
Rodan.
Ronin.
Coming at you live from the 215. Your comic book Somali, your comic book connoisseur.
Connoisseur.
Your Somalia of sci-fi and superheroes.
Yeah.
I'm the only one to mess up, but it's fine because I'm here to welcome you to a brand new episode of Booze, New, and Reviews. One more time. Last time.
You did better than me because I was about to say the blurred bar. So, for those of you just joining us, we are the Blurred Bar.
Yeah.
Booze News and Reviews is an offshoot of our podcast. It was just a segment, but now we can talk about stuff longer.
Yeah.
Or shorter.
30 minutes or less.
Longer. We're really
Maybe 25 minutes less.
getting in the nitty gritty, So, our drunken master, would you let us know what our booze is for the evening?
Yeah. We have here O.P.P.
No. Other one.
We got
We got angles now.
Solo. Hey.
Solo.
Yes, but this is O.P.P. Other People's Pinot. Pinot Noir coming from Maison Noir Wines. And the 2019 Other People's Pinot is classic Oregon Pinot, earmark Willamette Valley. It is accessible, a great value, and stays true to the character of the vineyards from which it was born. Earthy, spicy, floral, herb-framed flavors of cherry with gingery wood spice tones. Please indulge and tell us what you think.
So I'm picking up everything they putting down.
It's spicy. I get the spice.
Little spice in there, and I'm with it. I think while it may not have probably been my first choice, it's a solid wine, y'all.
I really like that the body isn't too. It's not too sweet, and I really like that. But even it's not like how sweeter wines can be like clingy. Like this is very very smooth to drink. Definitely tasting everything.
Until it hit the back of your throat, then you get some spices. Easy there, Chief. Sorry, children.
It's almost it almost has a mulled wine.
Oh yeah. Like
Like
yep,
I guess like the spices they were talking about. Like it's not wood spice tones. Okay,
There we go.
Because
that makes more sense.
It's literally almost like a Christmas wine that I've had before. Like you could taste, it's like there's like some sugary sweetness to it almost. Like it's very nice.
some cloves.
And yes, it is not. I wouldn't call it full bodied, but it's like slim thick.
It's 1C, 2C.
One C.
All right,
It's a 1C.
All right, that's enough of that.
It is what it is. But I like it.
Slim thick wine.
For the next part, we will have news from our respective.
Because we gotta. How many drinking gourds did you give it? It's
Rip.
these reviews.
Rip.
Yeah, so my my drinking horn saw its final days. So
It could always be decoration.
it maybe, yeah.
That's
How
what I do
many
with my
red solo cups?
How many red solo cups? I don't think we're allowed to say that, but I'll give it 3 drinking horns.
3?
until I get a new one. It hurts, man.
It's real.
It was an authentic one.
Really?
Until it wasn't.
I will give this 4.2 potion bottles out of 5. This is great, and I'll drink it all the time.
I would go 3.3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a
Get into
nice
the intricacies there.
Yeah, it's a nice
3.3.
It's nice enough, but it's nothing to write home about per se.
It doesn't wow you.
It doesn't wow me, but it is nice. I would not mind buying it again. That's what I'll say. That I would buy it again.
And support black-owned businesses.
Exactly.
That's right.
Buy black.
For our next segment, we're going to talk about news from our respective parts of the multiverse. Big Dan, you want to start us off?
Big Dan has a little pieces of news. So, if you have not heard yet, Batman is getting another TV show on HBO Max. Don't clap just yet. I understand Bruce Timm is a part of the production, and because of that, I'm excited.
Well, it's like I said on our Facebook page. It's like on paper.
Can I?
Go ahead, bro.
Just
or
clap.
put your hands down.
Right.
Like I said on the Facebook post, it is on paper could be amazing.
In theory.
In
I honestly feel like, one, if Bruce Timm is involved, like Kevin Conroy needs to come back.
I mean, I don't understand why they wouldn't just get all the greats.
But at the same time, like there was a window where Mark Hamill was like, I'm done with voice acting.
Yeah, until he's Skeletor.
Yeah, which was going to be my next piece of news. But He-Man is coming back to Netflix as a reboot, reshoot, whatever you want to call it. But really quick, back to how I feel about this Batman news. I said this on my personal page. I don't know if we need another Batman show. And okay. Sterling's trying to start stuff.
No, I know Josh is going to have something to say, but
I don't know if we necessarily need one because we, for the most part, any Batman fan is aware of the psychological parts that each of the villains or his rogue gallery plays.
Well, they said they were going to get into that.
More, but I mean, honestly, if you really watch the animated series,
I think that's the issue, right?
Right.
Everybody's going to be like, you're going the bar is the animated series,
unfortunately,
like,
which is crazy because it was TV7, and this one's probably going to be like TV14,
but like,
and it's supposed to be like noir and very like Batman being more detective than punchy.
Okay.
Right.
But
so the interesting question will be is I guess what is it rated? Because like we said with in one of our episodes, like at least I think I said it, I would go back and watch the animated series.
No, and like I said, the animated series is still quality. It's like it's almost legendary now. So at the same time, I would almost like I feel like we're not old enough for it to have held on long enough.
Okay, sure.
I mean, we were
20
what?
years, ain't it?
Just about roughly 20 years, but it's
That's not legendary.
not yet. You gotta get like 30 on there, right?
All right.
Big Dan has spoken.
No, I'm being facetious, but
No,
for real. Like I mean, it's definitely legendary in its own right. Like it holds.
I think that's an honest question and an honest rebuttal of like, is it legendary or not? But
I mean, so in other news, Superman is also getting another HBO Max show.
Now he's somebody who I don't really care. Like, okay,
So-
not just because but like his shows just aren't good.
Right. So here's what I need you to do, right? In post, I need you to find the still of what the new Superman show is supposed to look like. It is atrocious. The art looks atrocious.
I'm gonna try to put it right there.
You're gonna try to place it right there. It is just nonsense, utter nonsense, and I don't care.
Does it look like Robot Chicken?
No. It
would
looks
be
very
hilarious.
like. Imagine Steven Universe with like Justice League vibes.
Is it like when they did Thundercats Roar?
No. It's still they still look very humanoid, not very cartoony, but there's like cartoonish elements in the still that was shown. It hasn't, there hasn't been a trailer, but Superman doesn't need one. I mean, how dynamic is Superman as a personality?
Really?
Just
well,
not.
okay, but then the challenge of the writing is then like him keeping to himself no matter what's thrown at him, and then that's the challenge, right?
You know,
That's what makes it interesting.
but I don't want to be one of those people who sound like they're gatekeeping or
I just
But still,
in Justice League, like the animated series, like I never really cared. Like even if an opponent came to fight Superman, it was always more interesting to me to see how everybody else reacted because Superman is just like he's like the definition of OP, right? Like it's just
unfortunately, which is crazy because even when they give him a tough villain, he just goes to the sun real quick and like charges up a battery.
Hold up, I'll be right back.
Right.
Hold up.
He's a bit like sunflower.
But to move on to news, because this is obviously starting to sound like a review portion, but Injustice is greenlit for a movie. So Injustice, very quickly, the storyline is that Superman goes off the rails, which is one of the storylines of Superman that I actually care about because it's like, it's Superman being like, not a hero. He's like, I'm stronger than everybody, therefore I should rule.
Get down or lay down.
Right. And so if they do this right, pull this off, it will be animated. So I'm excited for that.
Yes.
Warner Brothers, you're doing something right if you just take everything that's already out there and make it animated. We don't need Henry Cavill, like we don't need Gal Gadot, like Ben Affleck, throw them away. Like we don't need them.
They save money too.
Yeah.
Did Injustice start off as a comic?
Yes.
No.
Oh, the comic came after the game.
The comic came after the game.
Wow.
Because Injustice was pretty much just a setup for like that follow up after Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Whoo! The best thing to come out of Mortal Kombat versus DC was Injustice.
Yeah. So, I think I had one more piece of news. They're supposed to be reducing or leveling the status quo of the X-Men again.
What do you mean?
So currently, right now, the X-Men are on their own little island as a sovereign nation.
Oh,
Utopia?
I remember you guys talking about
Yeah, and they have their own like economic status, all their own set up government, and Marvel's just like,
Is it like a really big island?
It's a very big island.
It used to
It's
be a meteor.
The island itself is a mutant, so it's wonderful.
So jot that down.
So I mean, I've been loving John Hickman's storytelling of it, but Marvel's probably like, let's get them back on track so that way we can set them up for a movie in the MCU.
Right.
So yeah, that concludes my news. That was a lot of news from Big Dan.
I don't have a lot of news. My news is very straightforward. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword Remaster dropping July 16th. And for all you amiibo collectors out there, there is a brand new amiibo that is Zelda and one of the Skywings that is already sold out. So get all your frustration and put it in the comments when you like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, Skyward, the amiibo special, because when you place it on when you activate it, it teleports you from the sky to the ground, which surprisingly is not a function in the game. No criticism, just concern. So,
the thought.
Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword
Fix it.
originally
Go ahead
came
and
out on the
fix it.
Wii, and that's all our news. So yes, collectibles.
So for me, we have Netflix's Godzilla Singular Point.
Ooh.
The anime streams worldwide on June 24th, so that should be cool. As of Tuesday, the 18th of May, Demon Slayer movie breaks US $40 million in North America. At this point, it's just a question to see how high the new #1 movie is going to go because, well, for all who don't know, back around in December, late December too, Demon Slayer topped Spirited Away. So it's like it's #1 in Japan, and it just is what it is. Currently, it's sitting around 51.9 billion yen. Wow, that's pretty cool. And then finally, for all the collectors out there,
It's bad day for collectors.
I mean, it depends. King of Fighters, Mai Shiranui, or from Fatal Fury, if you know. they have a statue that's going for $1,000, $49.99. At 1/4 scale, the model stands nearly 2 feet tall. So
I don't want to know what people.
Why though?
I don't want to know what people going to do with that. Let's move on.
If you got 1050, then yeah, I mean, go ahead, rock out.
Sign up for that PP loan.
Nah, quad pay, baby. Quad, y'all take quad play.
That's all the news I have.
Like, so what'd you do with that PPP loan? I went to jail, but I bought a statue first.
y'all ain't up
You
on
ain't
this.
seen the statue though, so that's why you don't understand. But reviews. Right?
Reviews. What are we talking about today, Big Dad?
Oh man. So we got 3 things on the docket, right?
3.
Three with a slight fourth.
Possibly a 4th.
3.3.
Maybe. We'll see. So
Speaking of, I actually would probably give this one 3.5.
it's growing on him.
Knock those numbers up. Those
It has legs. It grows. So yes, first we're going to briefly, when I say briefly, I mean briefly, review Mortal Kombat. Briefly give I would say, an unfinished review of the Bad Batch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Was that it, or was it Castlevania
Nah, Mortal Kombat, Bad Batch, Yasuke.
and Yasuke? Okay,
And
so then
possibly LaShawn Thomas.
Whoa, now. Whoa, buddy.
Josh has feelings.
Whoa,
So
buddy.
really quick, Mortal Kombat, Bad Batch, Yasuke.
So we're not talking about Castlevania?
Not yet.
Nah, yeah.
Cool.
Though I did finish it.
I finished it as well.
I also finished it.
So that will be episode 2 of Booze News.
Come back next week.
Join us next time on.
Right.
So Mortal Kombat, how we feeling? We watched it.
Josh, start.
We watched it.
Josh,
So here's the
we
thing.
synced it.
Here's the thing.
the thing. The thing.
Y'all have a blessed night.
For all who watch Mortal Kombat, you probably already know this, but it's just like you knew what you were getting into when it came up, right? Like nobody was expecting to have an Oscar from this. Though it could be argued that Liu Kang thought he was gonna get an Oscar for this because he was dumb serious. I was like the whole he had a waist flip or the tail
That he did
the
multiple
waist thing.
times.
He did it like 3-4 times. I was like, the first time I was like, really? Nah. And then like by the third time I was like,
You're like, oh, he's serious.
somebody tell this man to stop it.
No, he is Luke.
Yo, so it just the acting was what it was. The fight scenes I was actually not that impressed with. Like seeing the fight scenes, I was like, Ip Man could take all these people. Ip Man would trash everybody.
But
here.
it's also Mortal Kombat.
Ip Man would trash everybody.
Yeah, I'm wait my turn.
I was not impressed with the fight scenes. I thought they could have been better. And then the Scorpion's great grandson, that was weird. Like only because we only saw him take the daughter, and then it just cut scenes to like years or the
Chicago,
present time.
2018.
Yeah, like present time, and then there's like this little girl standing ringside, and I'm like, that don't make no sense. How are we gonna rectify
Now I'm no
this?
mathematician.
Right. And then so it was just weird. And then finally, for me, it was just Melina was not who I remember. Like that wasn't the Melina that I picked. I'm not upset with their choice, but it was just like, huh?
Easy there.
That's the way you decide to go. Okay. All right, then let's watch this show. All that being said, and actually Laura, she said,
Your fiance, by the way.
yes.
Everybody say congratulations in the comments.
Yes.
Josh getting married.
Stoic.
So Laura said, one point that she did make is that with all of like the finish him and like Kano wins, it's like some people look to that when they come to see this movie because they know it's a video game. Maybe that's all they know, right? Like it's just a video game and we're here to have a good time. And I guess if that's what you came to Mortal Kombat for, you maybe had it. It was okay.
Sake gourds.
Sake gourds, ugh. 2.5.
That's way higher than I thought it was going to be. Okay.
Got to move this along there, gentlemen.
All right. So, real quick, things that I enjoyed. I think Scorpion and Sub-Zero, all of their altercations were the coolest parts. Things that I did not enjoy, I didn't really care about Cole at all. I understand he
Who bull?
Who is he?
Whose man's is this?
I Googled it afterwards, and I was like, oh, so he really
They
doesn't
made
exist.
him up.
They made him up to make sure that anyone who has no idea, like if you know nothing about Mortal Kombat, you can still kind of be invested a little bit, whatever.
Exposition.
I thought Raiden, that was a perfect encapsulation of everything Raiden is. It was well done because Raiden just sits there and is like, I can't do nothing. And then in the end does everything. And you're like, I thought you couldn't do nothing. And he's like, I'm a smirk.
Right.
Things that I didn't care about. I feel like this, I know, because I know we got to move along. This Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 95 are almost the exact same in the essence of like, you don't put this on to be like, I want to watch a good martial arts movie. You put it on to laugh with your friends. It's exactly the same. Like literally ending sequence, Cole was punching ice. I get you trying to get your daughter, homeboy. My man over there got wildfire though. So I don't know. Ultimately, there were more things that I didn't like than I did, but I'm not upset. Like I'm gonna give it the 2.5 right in the middle. I'm not mad that it exists, but I don't really care either.
So I'm gonna keep it short and simple. No, I'm not. It's Big Dan.
Ronin.
Listen, one, they gave Cole plot armor. If that don't make you mad,
Literally. Yo, Cole went out and came back and was like, yo, I got my Arcana. And I was like, what's your Arcana? I was like, yo, I'm able to get my ass beat, right? And then nothing else happened.
nothing else happened.
He's like the white
No,
Black
no,
Panther.
no discharge of the armor. Like it doesn't do anything.
No.
He just, i.e. punches.
Oh, it didn't just
No,
No.
it didn't.
He made blades on his like from the armor or
But
something.
no, he was getting punched, and then like it was like heating up and warming
And
up.
did
then
nothing.
nothing else happened.
Nothing else happened.
Then how did he kill the dude?
Goro?
Goro, yeah.
Stabbed him a bunch.
Stabbed him with the things that came out of his arms. Plot armor.
That's how
Anyway.
much I was paying attention. I'll let you know. It's
Right.
a 2.5 movie.
And to parrot what has already been said, no one is expecting this to be an Academy Award winning movie. I think what they should have done is pick a lane. If you're gonna be campy and foolish and video gamey and all of that, give us that. I didn't need Cole. I didn't need his story at all.
No, but
'Cause-
Dan,
no,
he's
no.
a father.
Stop.
It
Hold.
makes him relatable.
It did not. As a father, I cared not. I was like, I wish the universe would give me some plot armor to try and defend my family. I'd be like, really, right?
Yo, shout out his. I don't know if it was his wife or his girlfriend. When she walked, she's like, "Fuck this," and just go in to get an axe. I was like, "She the real one, right there."
She was like, I don't even need armor. But anyway, yeah, I would have just preferred them just do a straight up tournament style movie.
That would have been really great. And also, to your point of campiness, I felt like that was the whole point of Kano.
Right.
He
But
was
even
the best
but
character.
Kano, for whatever reason, was the shining star of the movie.
Yeah.
So I mean like, just
Yeah.
so
I do-
I'm giving it a 1.5 just because I was like it didn't know what it wanted to be. And then by the time the movie was over, you're just like, oh, they may do a second one.
There they are, and I think the second one is going to be way superior.
I don't think it's going to do any better, but that's just my feelings on it.
Big Dan's predictions.
Yep. Means nothing. So
Talk about the Bad
Bad
Batch.
Batch.
Bad Batch.
Can I start off?
Yep.
I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't.
He said, "Can I
care.
start?" I don't care.
I don't like.
You're allowed to not care.
It's
I feel,
like
I'm with you on
I
that.
you know what though? I give them credit for it happening as soon as spoilers.
Yeah,
I
this whole thing
guess?
is spoilers.
I give
Blues
it
News
credit,
and Reviews will always be spoiler alert.
right. I give it credit for it happening at Order 66.
Yes.
We did talk about that on our last episode or
Last
Our bonus episode, yeah.
So like that, great, sure, whatever. But I think my biggest thing was that when I wrote it down, I was like, when are they going to grow with their audience? Because Clone Wars happened maybe a long time ago. It felt like a long time ago. I felt like I was late to the game. So like
It was a long time ago.
if I was
It's been
late to the
long.
game,
It was almost 10 years, right? If not
Well,
more.
okay, so seasons 1 through 4 of Clone Wars were between 2012 and I think 2016, but that's not the adult part of Clone Wars. It's season 5 and after. That's the meat.
So my question is when is it going to grow to that? And why are we still using this crappy animation? Like
You
we've
can't.
seen
Hold on.
good
Hold
animation.
on. I gotta stop you right there, boss. I gotta stop you right there, fam. Okay, listen. All right. Kids still watch Star Wars. The animation is kind of the bridge for it. I understand us wanting something for our age group. Disney is like everybody gonna get some love. So the kids get the love with the
Disney's
animation.
gonna do that because Disney knows where the money is. Like
Yeah.
I understand the merch. I understand that.
But that's why.
I think there is a way to have better and like the I'm always gonna go back to this. The last few episodes of Clone Wars with Ahsoka versus Darth Maul, that animation was great.
It's the same animation.
It doesn't feel the same. Maybe it was because
But it is.
maybe it's because like of what was going on and everything, but it felt smoother and it felt less reboot, if you know that show. Throwback.
I think for you, what was the connection for you is that the story was punching so hard that the animation was keeping up with it. This is a story that's kind of still building, unfortunately, and that's why.
It could be. That could very well be it. Anywho, I watched up to episode, I think it's 3 at this point.
3 out now, yeah.
Because I knew we were going to talk about it. I don't know if I'm going to, like, if it makes a turn and starts getting good. And the thing is, the Bad Batch could be really cool.
It could have been.
But we don't know what's going to happen, like, with other stuff. So, like, I don't know. I don't care.
I'm with you, bro.
Sake gourds.
Jesus.
Jesus out of 5.
Jesus, take the wheel. I'm gonna give it. I have to give it a 1 for me.
I'm not saying you bugging, but like,
Can I go?
We're
'Cause
looking for different things.
You got feelings.
Yeah,
so
we're looking for different things.
I'm gonna go real quick. One, and I think this is just going to be this might be on my shirt once I make a shirt. I don't believe I'm the target audience for this, and that's how I feel.
That's it.
That's how I feel.
That's it.
And this is the nicest way that Big Dan's ever going to say how he feels about something. This is the truest, the realest you're going to get, but the nicest you're going to get.
Take note.
I am not I'm not the target audience for Bad Batch.
That's it.
The Mandalorian, I was definitely the target audience.
Mm-hmm.
Still am. Ahsoka, when they finally make her show, like hopefully, the animation I think is just really for the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. At the same time, I don't care enough about the characters beyond when they were in Clone Wars. You're like, all right, cool. They could do some really crazy stuff with them. But I'm not the target audience.
I wonder and hope and dream that in the future, once we get past fucking Kenobi having a show.
I understand the frustration. But
hopefully after we get past all of the stuff that we have to get through to get past episode 9, if the Bad Batch come back.
There's no way.
No.
There's 30 years between episode
That's
6
true.
and
And
episode 7.
they would be old as hell.
Yeah.
See, well, also, no. Do they ever talk about that?
What?
I don't know if that's ever been brought up. Like them being matured to that age, like their life expectancy probably is lower than Boba Fett. Like
Omega could be there.
Which is why I feel like she might show up in like something like Mandalorian or because she's
gonna be
growing up.
Omega. Who's the kid who went with the space squid?
Ezra.
Omega. Ezra.
Cal Kestis.
Caleb, who jumped. I mean, just go.
No,
What?
but
What do you
all right.
mean,
So
Caleb?
hold on. That's reference. His escape is very much detailed in comic books already.
That's cool.
And I think they talk
That's
about it
not
in
canon,
Rebels
isn't it?
too.
Yeah, that's canon.
That's canon.
Oh, it is canon?
That's canon. Yeah, that's why that first episode was hype as hell.
Yeah. He changes his name because
because he's on the run.
On the run.
Oh, what's his name?
His name is Caleb Doom.
Spoilers.
His name is Caleb Doom, but he changed his name to Kanan Jarrus.
And that means nothing to me.
Did you not watch Rebels?
You watched Rebels.
Who is he? Is he
The
guy
mentor
who-
of
The one who teaches Ezra how to be a Jedi that goes blind.
Yeah.
That's him.
Oh, that's cool.
So when he was talking about
Yeah, but that's
you out here watching it, can I go?
Go ahead.
Drinking gourds.
I already said I didn't care.
No, he said he didn't care. So it was
Drinking gourds.
Drinking horns. It's a 2, but that's because I understand who the audience is and that it's not me.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And that's, I would say 2 out of 5.
I get that, and I literally that's why I said for me.
No,
it's
I feel
a
you.
1,
It's
and
a
then
1.
you actually put it into a concise statement of like, this is not for me,
Right.
And that's why I agree so heartedly.
Wholehearted. How much?
This one.
It's 13.9%, baby. O.P.P.
But yeah, no, I definitely I agree wholeheartedly. And I'm sorry I didn't know who Caleb was as a kid, and I wasn't following Rebels that hard.
No, it's fair.
My bad. I didn't
It's
take
not-
notes.
See,
Probably because it wasn't that interesting to me.
All right, you're not
Stop.
gonna put me for taking notes. First
no,
of all,
no. What he's saying is your gatekeeping is showing.
I'm not me.
No, it's not your fault.
Nothing. All right, everybody. So these two completely legitimate gentlemen with these two completely legitimate experiences in the Star Wars universe are saying that this show is not for them, which is completely understandable. Everyone can enjoy the things they like to enjoy. So this show is for me. Okay,
That's fair.
so what in the big galactic timeline, right, that we have now, we don't really see that transition from the Republic to the Galactic Empire. The closest that we had was actually Jedi Fallen Order, which took place 4 years after everything was happening.
Right.
So it's really cool to see that transition. I am, as much as I would enjoy more things past episode 9, we got episodes 7, 8, and 9, and I have feelings about that. So I don't really trust them to write anything past that I'd be interested in. So I want to go back and fill in gaps. I want Ahsoka. I want Obi-Wan. I'm loving the Bad Batch because we're getting more information and seeing what's happening. I feel like they're using the Bad Batch to show us the universe instead of seeing the growth of this team specifically, which is very interesting writing because the focus is around the universe around them.
I will say that. I'll agree with you there. Like seeing how they set up the
chain codes.
Yeah. And the locking down the ships and all that stuff.
Because they're taking them to make to make various things for
Which
the
I appreciate, but that's a very like small detail for a fan like me versus like for a kid that's watching it and they're just like
Probably not gonna recognize that shit.
right.
kids?
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean the kids they're not gonna care.
It's
but-
for me. This is me. Big kid. Me. The show is me. That's what I enjoy.
I
So
want to talk about your Ahsoka comment, but we don't have time for that.
we don't have time.
What Ahsoka comment?
Maybe for our Patreon,
Yeah.
once we have that set up, that could be a behind the scenes question. You all right? We
So
got
what's going on?
What's your potion bottle? How many potion bottles?
How many potion bottles? 4.3.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying the series. I think it's beautiful. The animation is movie quality. If you couldn't tell,
breathe.
if you couldn't tell, at the end of season 7 of Clone Wars, Maul versus Ahsoka was supposed to be a movie. That whole thing was supposed to be a movie. You can tell. And now we get movie quality every episode. That's amazing. I enjoy it. I'm excited to see where it goes. There's cool mystery. There's, found family, which I'm a sucker for, of course. 4.3. 4.3, enjoying it. Very excited to see where we go.
All right. I can't. I'm not gonna hate on your review. I
I didn't hate on y'all's reviews. I was confused about the animation comment, but that's just confusion. That's not hatred.
It's like I said. We're all entitled to our own opinions. That will be handled off the show. I appreciate it.
Yasuke. Woo!
Can I go first? Because I'm the
Sure.
least
Go ahead.
avid anime watcher here. So
Okay.
I will give it a 3.
You wildin'.
Hold on. Watch your mouth. Okay? Your tone is wilding, son.
Don't forget who else you with.
You're right. Watch your mouth.
Sterling feeling the walk home.
I am.
Choosing violence for no reason. But I'm going to give it a 3. The reason being, I think what I wanted more was a more grounded show than what they gave me. I was fine with special child need to be delivered to a special place because she's special. Fine. That's a story that gets told frequently, but it's a story nonetheless. I was also fine with him being a weathered warrior. Like, I'm done with this. Stop asking me for stuff. Like, it was a very black thing of him to be just like, I'm minding my business. And I was, so I was with that. I didn't love Lakeith Stanfield's delivery about 80% of the time.
I heard that's a criticism.
But because of what it sounded like was somebody that was just like stoned in the recording booth. And then it was just kind of like passively, I don't like this. And I'm like, all right. You got anything more to add, Yasuke? Any more feelings? But I do think he played to the character's like tiredness and weatheredness. But I felt like some of the other moments may have called for a little bit more like energetic delivery. So that's just my opinion. You can at me in the comments. Lastly, the robots were a waste. All of the mech in the show was a waste. If anything, it got them from point A to A2. Like, not even from point A to B. It was just like A2. Just to show that we do some cool computer animation, which is a thing LaShawn likes to do, I guess. And it was, just give it a 3. I'm done. I won't say anything else.
No, you should go. I should go?
Josh got notes.
Josh
got like
I don't
serious
have notes, but I have feelings. But you should go.
Okay.
He's like, I don't have notes.
I think this show was great. I feel like I'm Paula Abdul. I think this show was great.
Then who am I?
Simon.
Obviously.
Oh, y'all have a...
Put in the comments if you think Big Dan is Simon or Randy. One of the two.
Come on, dog. You gotta do a solo. That was rude.
I enjoyed the show.
Come on, dog. You know you Simon.
It's gonna be a no for you. Is that what you think? So now I just gotta
reeling it back.
I didn't like it. That's why I don't like it.
I enjoyed this show because it was 6 episodes, very solid story. It literally like started, then it ended. All the transition periods were fine. Everything made enough sense. Sure, I'll take it. In comparison, so because Cannon Busters exists, that then makes my appreciation for Yasuke greater. Because Cannon Busters, and I think, and we're not reviewing Cannon Busters. I think Cannon Busters is probably absolutely amazing on paper, but too many ideas didn't get fleshed out.
And you don't feel that way about Yasuke.
No.
Okay. That was it. That's my last interjection for this one.
I mean, you make a fair point about the mechs. That's sure. I mean, both the mechs and the magic could have been fleshed out of like, okay, what is magic? Where's it come from? They got an astral plane. That's really cool. That's not a reference to Flying Lotus, the song, Do the Astral Plane. Anyway, I enjoyed the show. What am I going to give it? I give it a solid 4. Solid 4. I enjoy it. I'll watch it again. It's not a yearly rewatch, but I'll watch it again. I enjoyed it. And you got to remember, we got a whole Flying Lotus album out of it too. When you tack that on in there.
So
I'm gonna just give Josh a close up here.
You can't be on camera no more.
Yeah, it's fine.
Josh said you can't.
So
I'm supposed to stay on camera.
This is here's how I feel about it. I watched it, and the whole thing was at the fact of the whole show is that, Lakeith Stanfield's gonna be doing a little anime. That's cool. He's gonna get LaShawn Thomas and Flying Lotus, yada yada. So I watched it, and then I came over to Daniel's place. I was like, oh yeah, I watched, and I heard Lakeith Stanfield. That was cool. Yeah, because there wasn't any subtitles, and they were like, there were subtitles. I was like, wait, what? And I had to watch it in English. Okay, that's great. I felt a way, and then I almost felt like that I was gonna go back and watch it in Japanese. But then I was like, no, the point of it was, for me, the hype of this whole show was the fact that Lakeith Stanfield was in it.
Same.
Exactly.
And
I watched it.
It was like LaShawn Thomas, and like they were collabing. So I was like, okay, cool. So I didn't go back. I did not feel like I did not hate Lakeith Stanfield's delivery of the character. I think he's a, like you said, he's a tired old, like, well, he had to be like 40 at that time. So it's like it made sense to me. And I don't know how well you can do voice acting a tired old guy who's tired of just fighting and just wants to row a boat up and down the fucking
No,
creek.
like I said, when he did the tired parts, that made sense. It was the flashbacks and action sequences where I was just like, you know.
I didn't feel like he was still tired in those.
Yeah, to each his own. But I also don't feel that way. But I will agree that the mechs were not important. I also did not want them. I also agree that I wanted it grounded a bit more. Like, this was, to me, this could have been as good as, and probably it had to have drawn from Afro Samurai in certain aspects, because Afro Samurai was also somewhat based on Yasuke. But this could have been a cool story. Like, I would have loved to see like Yasuke going through the ranks and like being with Oda like the whole time in the whole campaign, and then ending with him having to like cut off the head, and then he's like a boat person or whatever, and like that be like the ending scene. Like, I think that would have been a really cool story to explore. I personally didn't need the mechs, and then the CGI of it all was just like, I'm not a fan, but we know this already. The magic aspect I thought was interesting, and then they started getting to the astral plane. It got so large that the fact that the chick who's supposed to get her from point A to point B just disappears. Like, I'm guessing that they're hoping for a second season and she comes back, but like, it's just like
her arm was blown off. Like she
bled out.
She gone.
It's just, but it was a very off-screen death.
It was,
and
but I think that was just the way that this show was doing things, and I was just like,
it was weird. It was a weird death for me. That's why I was like, oh, maybe she comes back later. Oh, she doesn't come back. Maybe she comes back season 2. No after credit scene. Okay, cool. That's interesting. Because I mean, if there are mechs in feudal Japan, why could she not come back? That's true. There's literally no reason why she could not come back.
Unless she bled out because she didn't have.
There is no reason.
You're right.
Why she could not come back.
Sure.
I mean, Shorty can disassemble and reassemble matter.
It's true.
So
Afro Samurai was a bit more grounded
because the challenge was based in technology, not magic.
Sure.
Yeah.
But Afro Samurai was a bit more grounded, and they still had his the teddy bear dude.
Yeah.
He came back from that, and like now you add magic. There's no reason why she can't come back. All that being said, I give it a 3.
3.
I give it a 3. It was not horrible, but I did want more from it.
Sure.
Like,
and I feel like this is a great segue. With a lot of LaShawn's, LaShawn's anime, Cannon Busters and Yasuke,
and Black Dynamite.
But Black Dynamite seemed to be more influenced by others. Yeah, but
it's more American.
It was also very more American and also felt more grounded than Cannon Busters and Yasuke.
But so with Cannon Busters and Yasuke and Children of the Ether, which is like a OVA kind of a thing, I watched that. Children of the Ether, kind of, I feel like the same thing. Like, for it to be if it was a first episode, it seems very interesting, and I hope he gets funding to like continue that and do that. That seems very interesting. But I have to wonder if that's the same thing that he did with Cannon Busters and Yasuke, where he gave the project execs like that first episode, and they're like, "This is cool. Here's money. Run with it." Right, and it's just he's in that Idris box of like, I want you to be great.
No, I'm rooting for him every time.
Really
every time I see his name, I'm like, I'm rooting for him, and then I'm just like,
because he was
come
also
on,
involved
bro.
in like Boondocks, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want Boondocks to be like, man, that's when he peaked, right? Like, that was good. That was some good days when that Boondocks was coming on. I would like it to be like a well documented, wide breadth of work that is great for him.
I would, and I probably should have said this in my review. To sum up my feelings about LaShawn Thomas Thompson is very like the kid who was like, "Oh, I'm gonna learn how to be a samurai, the right ways of the warriors." Nothing came of that. Like, I feel like that's how he sets me up every time I watch it. I'm like, "All right, cool, we about to go somewhere with this." What happened to Bull? What happened to Bull? He
got busted up.
He got busted up, and then was just like, turns out when you're hurt, people give you stuff. And I'm like,
he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
I really do wonder if they would do a season 2 and what that would look like.
I don't even care for it now.
My problem with season 2 is, well, what would be the driving force, right? Like the return of the daimyo, or the brother, Natsuhara's brother finds out Yasuke did kill Natsuhara and doesn't know the whole story and wants revenge on him.
That would have made sense if it was a grounded story. We passed that.
Or what? Like what's the draw? What's the story there? Unless we follow, I would want to follow Yasuke. I don't want to follow Saki. Like, Saki's cool and the magic is cool. Like, I want Yasuke. What's Yasuke's story? You know?
Yeah, no.
Unless he's training the kid and then he trains the kid and the kid becomes evil. I don't know.
No, those are legit things. It's like, but
it won't happen.
My issue, I guess, with everything that we've been talking about is that the setups. It's like, oh, do you have plans for these, or is it just something that we're just? It's like drinking Kool-Aid when you really need water, right? It's just like
I like to believe the sheer breadth, and even just stuff that we talk about, right? Like the sheer breadth of the magnitude of like the coolness of all the stuff. But realistically, when you got a budget, you got to scale it down. You got to scale it down, and that's why I appreciate Yasuke. Not that I don't appreciate Cannon Busters, but like I feel like Cannon Busters left way more loose ends, and I don't blame the team for that. But like you have a set amount. I think Cannon Busters was trying to tell a 24 episode story in 12 episodes, which you know that's difficult to work around. I am pleased with Yasuke with 6 episodes. That's fine. All these other things that could be fleshed out, I don't need them to be. You know, to appreciate the story. I feel.
Well. It wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. But that being said,
it wasn't as cool as I hoped it would be.
I think that's what it was. I think our expectations were very high for that.
And I tried to like tailor it back. I tried to go back to the episodes. I was like, I want this to be great, but like, I don't know.
Yeah. For them to be 30-minute episodes, each episode felt long as heck for me. But,
anyhow.
We have reached the end of Booze News and Reviews. Thank you for joining us, as always. Look out for episode 2.
Yes.
Because we're going to review more stuff.
Yeah. Do you want to give an idea of what we're reviewing?
No.
Okay. That's cool.
Follow us on social media.
That's right.
So you can see what we talking about. So you can be ahead of everybody else.
You seem so aggressive, but I'm with it.
But also, I did want to do this. I wanted to tell people things that I'm interested in looking into, and then maybe we'll watch it. The first thing is called Slight or Slate, maybe Slight. It's Slight. It's
on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it yet. Magician starts drug dealing. That's my paraphrasing of Netflix's summarization.
Get back to me when you finish that.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like what, 2 days
Yeah,
ago?
it was a while. I saw it and I was like, that looks cool, and then I forgot about it.
That's fair. It's the summer. We on break. We doing Booze and Reviews.
Hey.
This is something special for y'all.
Hey.
Yo, we don't have to do this.
Hey.
Because season 3 don't start till August.
And then also, I have on here, also from Netflix, I Am All Girls. It looks like a movie about trafficking with a black lady lead going around killing traffickers.
Okay.
So it seems interesting. It seems like it could be cool. Let you know probably in a couple weeks.
And obviously, we got Marvel movies that are coming out this summer that we will definitely review.
Oh, Loki's starting in 2 weeks.
Loki starts in 2 weeks.
To date ourselves.
Yeah. Man, we'll be here.
We'll be here.
Look for another episode in about maybe 2 weeks.
There's booze to drink, news to talk about, and reviews to have.
That's right. Because this is Booze News and Reviews.
Booze, news,
Peace out.
reviews.
Take care. Like, comment, subscribe. You cut the camera off already, Nate.